Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. At the end of this video, I am going to be giving away the Zeus 2 CL, which we've been promoting for a while, and talking about the next giveaway after that. But in the meantime, let's talk about the Anvil Paladin. Without much fanfare and no flashy brochure, no produced commercial with booming voiceover, etc., CIG released the Anvil Paladin as a concept sale and then quickly, after a storm of protests on Spectrum, clarified that the two remote turrets on the wingtips would be operated by the pilot if there is nobody else. But with this clarification, I'm going to say that from the standpoint of a fleet planner, this is a two-person ship with two extra passengers that can be engineers or operate guns or whatever as needed. And that means that this ship is going to go into battle with, cue the music, the Paladin is the Super-Huricane, with the same 4 size 5 main turret, and with the pilot having more missiles and 4 size 4 guns instead of 2. It also shares a bit with the Scorpion, since the turret is on a track to switch from top to bottom, and coincidentally, the Scorpions being the band that did that song. And the basic combat tactics will be the same for the Paladin as the Hurricane. Use roll to keep the main turret on target, and then pitch up to get the pilot guns also on target for a massive kill burst. In fact, since the guns do not appear to be bespoke, I think a common loadout will be to change the now pilot-controlled wing turrets to ballistics to get extra punch through the armor once the lasers have done their number on the shield strength. And a final note on tactics, the main turret is on rails like the Scorpion, but honestly, I do not expect players will be changing from the top position to the bottom position in battle. The reason is that the inactive time, which positions are being changed, is much longer than the roll time to keep the target up anyway. So I suspect that the standard use will be to keep the turret in the top position, since pitch up has more G-force tolerance than pitch down. Then the turret will be switched to the bottom position only when doing, for example, ground support strafing. The people complaining on Spectrum about forced multicrew are missing that this ship was always going to be nothing but a brick without the main turret operating. So it was really just a question of mandatory multicrew 2 or semi-mandatory multicrew 4. But let's get to the detail. The first and most important detail on any concept ship is always the loaner ship, because that is what you are going to be flying for quite a while instead, so you better like it too. In this case, the loaner ship for the Paladin is the Redeemer, which has a $30 higher value than the Polaris. So this is one of those cases where the loaner is a higher priced than the ship. So if you wanted a Redeemer, you could buy the Paladin now, use the loaner Redeemer in the meantime, and then when the Paladin comes out, then you at that time, you can decide to upgrade to the Redeemer, saving $40 on the price of the Redeemer and getting LTI on it as a bonus. So here are the facts. The Paladin is having a concept launch price of $260 war bond new money, $300 if store credit is all or partially used. However, they are apparently not making a war bond upgrade available, which is a little disappointing. Now, analyzing the concept art, it is worth noting that this really is concept art and subject to change. And honestly, I sincerely hope that it is subject to change, because this layout has a lot of wasted floor space that is unexplained as to what it does, and it really could use a storage hold. Not big enough to use as a cargo ship, but enough to hold some loot, or maybe a pulse spike or two. Because with this much empty floor space, they are going to be tractoring boxes or driving pulses up those stairs anyway. Maybe 6 or 8 SCU with a hatch on the opposite side from the stairway. The ship has a 2-story cockpit, 2 seats wide on each. The captain and the main turret gunner are on the upper deck, and the 2 passenger gunners engineers are on the bottom deck. Or it is the other way around. Who knows? The ship has both a ladder and a staircase to get from the upper deck to the lower, which seems again like a lot of redundancy and wasted space on a 4-person ship. 2 ladders or ladder and lift make a lot more sense on a ship this size. So now to the unknowns, and with any ship in concept, almost everything should be treated as it is an unknown. And the first thing to realize is that if you think this ship is going to be some sort of meta, buy this ship and I win, you're going to be disappointed. Either you will be wrong about it being the meta and disappointed, or you'll be right about it being the meta and be disappointed when it gets nerfed. Just ask any Corsair owner. The second big unknown is how tough this ship is going to be. Up to this point, the Hurricane and other gunships have been characterized as glass cannons, carrying a punch but easily broken. But there's no indication of any glass here. The shield is large, and no other ship in this class has anything more than 2 medium shields. According to Urkel, the toughest medium shield generator has a pool of 6,170 HP, and the weakest large shield generator has 42,220. So the spread between 2 medium shield generators and 1 large one is huge. In addition, the description includes blast shields on the cockpit, so it's also likely that this is going to be a chassis with a very impressive structural health and armor plating. We don't know how much, so while there might be two-person ships that can deal similar levels of damage, that can also take this degree of damage, but again, we won't know until we see it in the game. And the other unknown is how this will fit into the scheme of capital ship combat mentioned in the second discussion CIG did at the IAE show, because a ship this undoubtedly slow yet strong isn't being sent to take out little fighters. It is likely meant to be fighting things that can deal that kind of damage that needs a large shield and blast shields to take it on. I have to think that it is meant to fill in one of the roles that they talked about being part of solving the puzzle of capital ship combat that they talked about. And now for an update on our giveaways, and specifically giving away one of our giveaways, the Zeus 2CL. And first we choose which of the slightly over 100 videos since the starting this contest the winner will come from. And it is the one for the Daily Rider, where during the last ILW, I extolled the virtues of the Mirai Pulse. The secret word for that video was from the title itself, Rider. And adding the names of the comments on the members list for that video, we spin for the actual winner, and it is Aaron Paul 5990. Aaron, you have 90 days to contact me either through the email provided in the channel page on YouTube or by direct message innovations on the Raise Guide Discord, and we can go about the verification process and getting you the Zeus. Prizes left after 90 days are returned to the prize pool and used for other channel promotions. Which brings me to the next giveaway, and I've decided to have one giveaway continue to be tied to meeting specific channel growth targets, which is the Erast and Merchantman, and then to have the other giveaway be tied to the calendar. In other words, an annual giveaway at the IAE. I actually considered the Paladin for this, but I wanted a ship with broad desirability, and so I picked the Starlancer Max, and this will be the first video eligible for that giveaway. 1 entry per video. Be a member for automatic entry with each video while your membership is active, or subscribe and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this video is what the Paladin will rock you like. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Daniel Raymond for Raise Guide.